Yeah. The other thing is that I'm typically going to maybe get into a little bit of this context that I've been showing at the team level Agile, where I would normally focus, especially for the engagements that I've worked on now for the past many years, is looking at things as I go back to this level. This level. And talking more about, again, this end-to-end flow and how the things that are here in portfolio and product management are where some of the biggest opportunities we're going to see in the organization. Because if I asked, how long does it take to go from idea to getting something released? This span of time here is normally one of the longest, right? And I'll show you an example, and all of you viewing, in just a moment, that is how we would sort of go about implementing this. But what I do want to show is this, and this is beyond what's in Disciplined Agile right now, but it also is important to understand, because if you're looking at content in the DA browser and you're looking at things sort of in that value stream area. So DA, like a lot of Agile approaches, have had more of what I'd consider a single product perspective. And DA's got a lot of guidance for this, which is valuable. So if you have a product that a single team of 8 to 10 or 12, whatever that is, that can maintain the enhancements, maybe not the maintenance, but the enhancements for that product, then it's pretty straightforward. But what happens when you've got a really big product and you've got 5 teams, and now we're talking about things like we see in these scaled approaches, right? So then you might have a chief product owner, because now you've got 5 teams and each team's got a product owner, and you need somebody to be that chief that can make decisions for the whole product. So a lot of what you find in DA is single product focused, and again, valuable. When we look at things though from a value stream management perspective, it's rare we're going to have a team that's going to make an update to a product and there's not going to be some other work that needs to be done, right? And so what I've got in this, and again, this is beyond what you're going to find in DA. So you can either, work with me. I'm happy to help with this, or again, make the case to PMI, because it'd be great to have this in there. The first thing I'm going to pull up is this. So what we have is we have process goals that are associated with the discovery workflow, which is product management. We've got investment decisions, which is in portfolio management. We've got enterprise agility. And each one of these, along intake management, as well as moving to a value delivery management office. A lot of PMOs are taking a look at how project professionals, who are, I think, one of the most ideal roles to become value delivery managers or value delivery enablers. So there are all of these process goals that are associated with value stream management and enterprise agility. What I also have with these is I have the exact same. I've got, quick starts. And if I were to go through and just open up a quick start.
Just so from a different perspective of what Disciplined Agile has to, on a tactical or on a strategic level, can offer, you have the same quick starts for executives and for business unit leaders.
Yes. Yeah. And this is where, and I wanted to show the Team Agile stuff just so that, because that stuff is available through PMI right now. Again, not the reference models from the other things, but that's there. We're introducing some of this content in the Disciplined Agile leadership course that was released at the end of last year. So it's about enterprise agility for value delivery. So I did include content on these quick starts. And again, PMI may bring these into the publicly available DA stuff in the future, which I'd like to see. But what I wanted to show is that these, what I would consider something that is close to like the Agile life cycle at the team level, is what I have here, value stream flow. And this is where we're really looking at things with value stream management practices that really can uncork a lot of inefficiency in organizations. But sometimes that's a little bit too difficult. Like I showed this view to a CIO and a CTO of an organization that I started with about 18 months ago. and they were both in agreement that, and you know, they're direct reports. And they were, as I got through an understanding of this, they're like, this would be what we need. We are not empowered to make that. And the CIO basically made me move, and he said, right about here, which is kind of where this hybrid flow is at, he said, this is my area of responsibility, and I can make changes of how, from an IT perspective in this organization, we're going to deliver what comes to us. I can't make changes up here without buy-in and a lot of others. So we started here. We started with what I would consider to be a hybrid approach, where some of these investment decisions
Is that
have
why the
already been
numbering
made.
is counterintuitively from right to left,
Yes.
and not the other way around?
It starts-
you have to
exactly.
start. You have to start with the manageable and influential and influenceable denominator, and work your way up the pyramid.
Yeah, and if I were to, and I'm going to do the same thing here for just a minute, I'm going to turn off this and I'm going to turn on one, and you can see that there are a lot less practices that are highlighted here, right? So, and why this is important is we have to recognize that with a lot of these agile approaches and some of the big scaled approaches, it's like, oh, well, you got organizational changes, you've got all this stuff you got to do, which may or may not actually happen. This approach is saying, look, let's see where you're at and what is pragmatic as a thing that we're able to do. And it might be here, or it might be somewhere here.